there, this is RomWills coming back at you with yet another video. Stop looking at another man as being better. I'm gonna tell you what, one of the problems I'm seeing with a lot of men, especially on these YouTube spaces, social media spaces, you get a lot of men, like one of the main things, I'll focus on that main thing, is looking at another man as being more handsome or taller, whatever. And it's like these guys are basically worshiping another man. It was like, no, you gotta stop doing that. I don't care what the man has. Like you might could dap him up or whatever. First of all, you shouldn't be, if you heterosexual, you shouldn't be checking out another man like that any damn way. Because you don't know what a particular woman like, because let's be real, it's all about what men think a woman are like. I'm gonna tell you what, and I've said this before, I've said this talking about body game. Women like different things. Women like different things. Some women like a little bit of meat on a man. Some women like a man totally stick thin. That's why I even say when I talk about body game, I say figure out which body type that you can get women with. That's your best body. You don't think you have to be this or that. Don't think you have to be looking like somebody. Because some women, you can be consensusly handsome and some women still don't like it. And you're not going to be handsome to every woman anyway. And in fact, women, they're going to like different things. Every man, don't worry about him, because the time and energy you spend thinking this other man is better, or he looks like this or that, you could be working on yourself. You could be working on your body game. You could be working on your personality. You could be on your mission. You could be spending time to yourself, doing the things you like to do. Now, even in a case where a woman you want gets that other man, you don't know why she got with that man. You don't know why. You don't know what he's presenting. All you seen is the surface. They might click personality-wise. Or behind closed doors, she might be the one running something. Nah, as a man, you just worry about yourself. The only man you should worry about is being your best version. You don't worry about the next one. Because you got too many men out here that saying, oh, I'm not handsome. I want to be handsome like him. Or I want to walk like him. I want to talk like him. But you're not him no matter what you do. No matter what you do. I've said several times, I've had some men say, well, I've been talking like you, Uncle Rom, I'm trying to walk like you. No, you're not me though. You're not me. You're not my age. Even if you my race, you still not me. I don't care what it is. And the things that made me me were things I went through myself. See, that's another thing. When you're going through life, you're going to have a different set of circumstances. The circumstances I went through helped me to where I am now. Like I've talked about social class a lot. Social class. But what did I say? I said when I was coming up, I would spend time in a very poor area in Anacostia, Southeast DC. But then in Northwest DC when I was visiting my grandparents. In fact, I thought, when I was coming up, shoot, to me, my grandmother was rich. Or when I went to high school, I spent some time in that poor area, but then I went to a high school where I was dealing with being around some upper middle class folks. It was just different. I had different circumstances. That's why I can talk with different people. I can do the levels. But you might not have that. You might not have that situation. You might have grew up in a different situation. Okay, fine. Stick with that. I don't have that, but you have that. You got to work with what you got. And you can't look at another man as being better. You don't know what he going through. Let's talk about that for a second. Okay, you might look at that man and say, oh, he's taller, he's more handsome, he's more muscular. You don't know what he going through. Shoot, you might be more masculine than him. You might be able to handle tough situations better than him. Don't worry about it. Do you know him personally? Did you grow up with him? You didn't grow up with him. You don't know him personally. You don't know what the situation is behind closed doors. I've talked with some men, they be like married men talking about, oh, well, I ain't having sex with my wife. I ain't having sex with my wife, or I ain't getting with these women. And you thinking, oh, you should be doing this or that. No, don't worry about it. You don't know what that man's doing. Only man you need to worry about is the man in the mirror. You can't be competing. It ain't a competition. And if you talking, let's just focus it just on getting women. Like I said, there's 4 billion women in the world. They all don't like the same type of man. If you go in a room full of 10 women, 7 of those women might like that man. But then out of those 7 that like that man, 3 of the women in that 7 might think you're handsome too. So why you worried about it? And then you might get a couple of women that thought he was like, but looking at you like, yeah, let's get with him. They're gonna like different. All you have to do is focus on being your best. Your best. You ain't competing with it. Shoot. Like I said, like I always say, there's plenty of women in the world. You competing with that guy, looking at that guy, being jealous, some cases hating on that guy. And for what? Even if you're in the same social circle, he getting more attention. For what? It was like, yeah, good for him. Good for him. Shoot, he might not even be heterosexual. I'm just saying, you don't know, do you? All you can do is worry about what you're doing. You can't be looking at another man. He gonna do what he do. He in a different circumstances, might be in a different area, especially online. You don't know what the circumstances are, whatever, and I don't care who it is. I even throw out a name, Jeremy Meeks. You get a lot of guys go crazy over him, but then, and he probably a cool dude. But then I saw several women on social media just say, they weren't feeling him. And you know what? That's cool. That's cool. All he need to do is be good with the women who good with him, if you even going to talk about women. Like I said, I don't know the dude. And even when I did, I've talked about him a couple times. I said, shit, I ain't worried about it. I could be in the same room with him. And yeah, he might get a lot of attention. He ain't gonna get all the attention. He can get his cut, I can get my cut. And I said that in the video before. And that's how you gotta be. You gotta worry about yourself. And I'm gonna talk about that more in my next sit down video. My next sit down video, all right? So anyway, I want y'all to think about that. Like, don't put another man on. In a previous sit down video, I said don't put a woman on a pedestal, right? A beautiful woman on a pedestal. Don't put a man on a pedestal either. He's human just like you. He farts the same way you do. Not farts. Farts the same way you do. You cut him, he'll bleed. He'll bleed too. He'll pee, if he's out in the woods, he'll pee like at a tree the same way you would, okay? I want y'all to think about that. So anyway, that's all I have for right now, and I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.